It seems we've come to the end of the testimony, and the witness appears to have a grudge against the defendant. And there is a significant gap in her testimony. Does the prosecution have any further witnesses to call?
No, Your Honor. I appear to have overestimated the witness in light of her professional history.
In that case, court is adjourned.
We did it.
Hold it! I apologise, Your Honour. I shouldn't have lied. It won't happen again.
That as it may be, Miss Starr, we have no further questions for you.
But I have decisive evidence. This shoe was found at the crime scene by my good self, once Miss Skye had been taken into custody. But more importantly, there are two types of blood on it. One belonging to the victim, and the other belonging to Miss Lana Skye.
How did Miss Skye's blood end up on the shoe?
Apparently when she murdered Detective Goodman, she cut herself in the process.
Miss Starr, why wasn't this shown to me earlier?
As I told you, Mr. Edgeworth, I don't trust you with evidence. That's why I took this to be tested personally.
In any case, I can't accept this as evidence. Any unregistered evidence has to be looked over by the police department before it can be given to the court. As such, it's considered illegal just now.
Is that true, Mr. Wright?
Apparently.
Mr. Edgeworth, I may be running a smaller operation these days, but I didn't use a home forensics kit. I had the shoe tested by the police forensics department, and I had it proved once the results were in.
Very well. The court accepts this into evidence, unless the defence has any objections.
Just one, Your Honour. If you look at the shoe carefully, you'll notice that most of the blood is on the sole, but there were no bloody footprints found at the crime scene.
If that were the whole story.
What do you mean?
When I emerged from my hiding place to arrest her, Miss Skye ran, kicking over a container of water as she went. This washed away all traces of blood.
Oh no.
Well, it seems the facts tie together quite nicely. The blood in the shoe linked the victim to the defendant, and the water in the car park floor accounts for the lack of footprints.
Erasing evidence, what a prosecutor does best.
I don't believe there is any point in prolonging this trial further.
Mr. Wright?
I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do. Lana was right. We never stood a chance.
I have reached my verdict.
But Angel Starr is on the prosecution's side. She could have lied about the water.
This court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Skye.
Hold it! What did you just say? Are you suggesting that I, Angel Starr, am in league with the prosecution?
Well, you are. You're saying my sister tried to hide evidence.
Well, I honestly didn't think I'd need this, but I will not have this trial ending with me being portrayed as an aide to the prosecution.
Miss Starr, are you saying you have more evidence?
Objection! Your Honor, you've already reached your verdict. Any more comments will be held in contempt of court.
Your threats don't scare me, Mr. Edgeworth. Here, take a good look at those, and think twice before you doubt me again.
I assume you did this before you acquired the victim's shoe?
Quite so, Your Honour.
Mr. Wright, look at the ground under the car. It's soaking.
And that explains the lack of footprints. This ties everything up nicely.
Sorry, Mr. Wright. I guess I couldn't help after all.
It's not your fault. We were sunk from the beginning. Besides, seems like this is what Lana wanted.
Very well. This time I'd like to deliver my verdict for good.
Objection!
Mr. Wright! Can I not deliver my verdict in peace?
My apologies, Your Honour, but this can't wait. The evidence presented by Miss Starr has not been considered properly.
What are you saying, Mr. Wright?
While this photo does clear up any doubts about the water spillage, it also offers a new perspective on a hitherto unexplained event.
Could you be a little more specific?
Gladly.
Take that! Yes, thank you, Mr. Wright, for that dramatic gesture. But I think you'd have to be blind not to notice the cloth poking out the car's muffler.
I believe Mr. Edgeworth sees what I'm getting at.
Hold on. I see no muffler or scarf of any sort in this picture.
Muffler is another name for a car's exhaust pipe, Your Honor.
And that's exactly why this is important. In her earlier testimony, Miss Starr claimed that she heard Miss Skye mention her red muffler in a phone conversation. But what if the muffler she was actually referring to was the exhaust pipe on Mr. Edgeworth's car? If so, that cloth is vital evidence.
Mr. Wright makes a valid point. We'll have to suspend proceedings until the car's exhaust can be examined carefully. Mr. Edgeworth, I leave that to you to arrange.
It will be done, Your Honor.
The verdict will wait until we have seen all the evidence.
We held out. Barely.
Court is adjourned for a 30-minute recess.